code just in case you keep taking nigga toe. What a nigga know, nigga better not be boy. If you know, then you know.
Hey yo, what's good with it, man? One of my YouTube big homies, man. They say he crashed out. Honestly, 19 keys. He's like he's done with the bullshit. He's not cutting no slack. He's not being politically correct. He's saying how he feels, and he is upset at you, at me, at us. He is a figure in these streets that has been trying for some time to uplift the nation. And he got some words to say. I personally, I ain't believe when they say he crashed out. And I still don't think so. What do y'all think? We're going to take a listen. Come on, brother. He knew he found out he was mission.
Peace, family. 19 Keys tapping in with you. I got a question for y'all. What's the lesson? What is the lesson? I woke up with this morning.
My car, gentlemen.
Thank you there, Chief.
It's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you there, Chief. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
I was asking this question this morning to myself. What's the lesson? I woke up this morning. I got a really good meditation in. Got a good workout in today. You know, I was reading some Stokely Carmichael. I took some of my...
Shout out to Stokely Carmichael. We appreciate Brother Kwame here at Freedom Boulevard.
Cognitive coffee, you understand me? My mushroom coffee. And it was a beautiful conversation with myself. And I was asking, I say, what's the lesson? What are you currently learning right now? You know what I mean? Because if you find yourself in any repeated cycle, or you find yourself in any level where you're feeling down, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling like shit ain't working out in business, finances, relationship, brand, etc., then you need to figure out what that lesson is so that you can move forward and graduate. If something ain't working out, what's the lesson? Why do I operate like this? Why do I think like this? Why do I move like this?
That's a fact. I think it's called in sobriety. It's called a 12-step program. Is self-inventory. You know,
right? And I think there's so many people,
and that program is based off biblical uh chapters actually.
Figuring out what the lesson is. What's the cultural lesson? Right? I get so many people be asking me, Keys, what's next? What are we doing? When do we finally repair relationships with ourselves? When do we, shift to a higher point and a higher standard of the world? When we stop being motherfucking own monkeys and actually start having some goddamn power, right? When we stop following these boule-ism, just give us some token ass dollars, you know what I mean? And niggas is still...
When we gonna stop being our own monkeys? We need to clean the house, make a consensus to you be your way to be mine. Because too many people is down with the sickness. They down with the evil empire, and we know what's up. Even with the get along, go along, you know, if you let injustice happen and you do nothing to alarm it, to stop it, or go against it, you're just as bad as that oppressor.
Still falling for weak ass Ralph Lauren campaigns because they found somebody from an HBCU that's a creative director. It's like, what's the lesson? Do niggas deserve to just be slaves for the rest of our lives because niggas don't care? You know what I'm saying? Niggas just want to suck off these white men because they got power and bow down to these niggas. Like,
that's exactly what they doing on this YouTube. They do it with No Jumper. They always protecting Adam. They do it with Vlad. Even they try to stay mad on him. Lord Jamal went right back with him. They keep bowing down. They keep bowing down to the red meat.
What's the lesson? Like, are we saying that we some bitch ass people because we letting everybody else run us like some hoes? Like, what's the lesson? How we keep repeating shit? We be talking about all this God, we the greatest. Y'all talking about you follow Jesus. Jesus wasn't no sucker. He wouldn't be goddamn falling down and bowing down the empire, yet you supposed to be a fucking Christian. How you following Elijah Muhammad ain't building out an economic network as big as his? I'm just saying, what's the goddamn lesson? What we learning right now?
It's a thing called mental masturbation. You're doing something for the pleasure of it, but you're not getting nowhere. You're not producing anything. Life is not being continued.
You feel me? Like, do we just follow into the same cycle over and over and over to their weak ass agendas over and over and over, trying to
I also didn't realize I was looking like Uncle Ice from Paid in Full. Let's take that off right there. Let's do that.
eliminate every goddamn nigga on the planet Earth, and if he don't bow down to that weak ass shit, then of course they're not gonna give you any favor. They're gonna give you the tools to bring the house down. Oh, what's the lesson? Every single goddamn man, Martin Luther King talking about some. Now I was gonna boycott their ass for $20 billion a year. He said that towards the end of his life. So don't talk to me about none of that integration sweet shit that he was talking about.
That's a fact. And he also knew that he was leading the people into a burning house. He felt like, it's integration stuff that people love to romanticize him. Remember, we have a Martin Luther King Day. We don't have a El Hajj Malik Shabazz Day. Remember that.
That mountaintop, let's have all our goddamn kids go to the same school, dumbass shit. I don't want to hear none of that. Only thing you want to talk to me about is when he start talking about economic power, when he really dropped his nuts. Everything else don't matter. Or like, what's the lesson? Are we hard to fuck head at learning? Do we supposed to keep going over the same shit over and over? Do we listen?
I could tell the brother 19 Keys is definitely fed up. And I understand. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of why I'm trying to do my anti-defamation about certain things and put a better light on my people. But it's like, you're gonna listen, you're not. You gotta find your people's go with like minds.
The TD Jakes talking about some black capitalists matter. What's the fucking lesson? Jesus doesn't even fuck with capitalism. Like, what's the lesson? Do we not be able to say real shit anymore? You know what I'm saying? Because nigga go blackball me. We not gonna be cool. Nigga can't show up like this. Man, what's the goddamn lesson? I ain't gonna lie, man. I wake up some days just tired of niggas. Because it's like, man, I've been doing this shit for years. And niggas just be watching. Oh, let me see what Keys gonna do next. No, let's see what the fuck we gonna do together. I'm trying to do this shit for us. What's the lesson?
It's deep right there. Remind me of my pops. He did a lot for the community, and they was always looking towards, what you gonna do next? It's not really a baton being passed. It's like we got these certain few, you feel me, chiefs. We could call them chiefs because we ain't no kings or nothing. No, like king and queen, that's out the door unless you really on that, unless you dressing yourself as a queen. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women try to say, oh, well, they had all women tribes in Africa. No, they didn't. That tribe in South Africa is a new tribe, and those women were abused. Okay, the homie female warriors, there was a subset of the paramilitary army within the Dahomey Empire, which was ruled by a king, also queens. But the thing is, how did they dress? You know?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just at that point in time where if we ain't on that power, I don't even want to know you. If you don't believe in me to a point where you're ready to lay down your life and kill for me, I don't even know if it's worth it. And why I say that?
Yeah, maybe he crashed out a little bit on that one. I don't know. He said he don't care about being politically correct, and maybe he's following the footsteps of Minister Farrakhan. You can definitely gotta be careful on that one. But of course, the Fed's always been on him. I mean, he's Nation Islam and has a clean image. They on all of us because we all got YouTubes, really.
Stokely Carmichael was saying, he said, man, when people go to the army, they tell you you be willing to kill for your country, lay down your life for it. And he said, ain't enough. Be willing to die for it. You willing to kill for it. He said, you think that's heavy language, basically. But the reality of it is, he said, man, when you believe in something so much, you do anything for it. I don't know too many men and women that really believe in this idea of our own freedom.
And that's the thing. And I know I did my little tribute to the Black Panthers and stuff like that. And So excited. I possibly gonna be doing a mural. I want my daughter, to walk downtown to see that mural and be like, my dad painted that. But, you know, they're also been compromised. You know what I mean? I can't say too much. I did not go to the meeting. Some issue that's going on even in the process of me communicating. Now, mind you, they have a whole website to let me make myself bigger because I'm serious. They got a website to get your information, background check, you know what I'm saying, new stuff or whatever, whatnot. And a certain individual who I'm talking to, who I was talking to, on a professional level, just straight on activism. Uh, I asked her a question. Imagine she's just like real pro Democrat, just that is slave mind. She's like trying to get a nonprofit off the ground, things like that. And I commend her. But the thing is, some questions I was asking, like, okay, are the Black Panthers black? She said, they needed more brothers there. That's how they get more brothers there, things like that. I'm like, okay, I'm going on the site. I see them marching in pride. I just asked her, like, do do we march for pride? She's like, oh, I think I saw something about it, but why? What's up? I'm just like, the BLM got taken over by the alphabet peoples. Now they're making gays seem like a whole race of people, so making gays and the black uh strife plight the same. Um and now they're, Panthers are marching for pride. You know how many gangbangers that I invited to go to that first day? Mind you, I had to put in my information like a fool. They didn't even hit me back. I talked to sister. She's like, "Oh yeah, nah, they don't even look up all that." Mind you, she's like a model. All this going on. They never put her through no background checks and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like it is weird. So you want somebody that's down with the empire? Like, why are you marching in pride? And then she's like, oh, the Panthers is not just freedom for black people, it's freedom for all people. First and foremost, the Rainbow Coalition did not work. Okay. Have you even watched Judas and the Black Messiah? And mind you, and I mean I got a little love for the sister, right? But it's like I definitely would know more about Black Panthers than she knows. You know what I'm saying? Literally, I got stuff on here that she never knew, things like that. And 10-point program is not for all peoples. Okay, the Mexicans had the brown berets that they, branched off from the Panthers. Okay, the Puerto Ricans had the young lords. Even geriatrics had gray Panthers. Black Panthers is for black people, the liberation of black people, which is why a lot of them, after the COINTELPRO program, which is there today, obviously, y'all walking around for the gays. For what reason? They're the most powerful people aside from the white racists. I get you a white racist Jew, and you really, really got power. She got upset and she's like, "Oh, I think it's insane that people do they bloods for all people." Says the ain't no gay person gonna fight for you and die for you. Okay, go in the jail where you always man bashing men. Go in those jails and see how many of those brothers kill for their black woman that's in there. Okay, you have been compromised. And I also didn't like the way she was doing the communication. Like, oh, I could send you the email. Email is nothing. And if I say something different, she's like, okay, I'll ask them to. Are you LinkedIn or not? You know what I'm saying? It's barely black people in San Diego as it is. You're saying Black Panthers is for all people. A free store, alhamdulillah. But I'm not going to be going to no disturbances that's dealing with no Mexicans. Okay, if a black person is gay, okay, he's gay, but that doesn't have to be the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? Or why I'm there is I'm going to be there to do protection or watch our people because they are black, not because of their sexuality, their choice. I didn't choose to put a X mark and say, you know what, I'm gonna be born black. You know what I mean? I had to get that out because they've been compromised, most definitely. And it's just becoming just a political democratic thing, really. And that's sad. So fuck the Panthers. Now, Black Panther Party Cubs, that is ran by the son of Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. Oh, girl, I didn't even know who Fred Hampton was. I digress. Let's get back to this brother 19.
that they'll be willing to kill and die for it. He says the reason why, everybody will watch your brother get beat by a police officer, but if this was your mother, your father, your sister, your son, your daughter, you'll be whooping that ass hand and feet because you don't care, because you believe in it. You got so much love for this person that all that logic just disappear, go out the window.
It's so sad that we don't even got that anymore. When I was like 14, 15 years old, I got beat up by the police. Probably could have sued the station and all that. I'm a minor and all that. My mom's told me I deserved it.
But that ain't what we got. Every other people, they be willing to do that. And then why we acting like we ain't goddamn close to being these techno-feudalist slaves?
Here's your iPhone 13 on us.
About time we switched.
Totals got you, Diego.
Right there.
Hey, good luck tonight.
Total Wireless is in your corner with unlimited 5G.
Everybody ain't got to be no goddamn LeBron. Just be a real man.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas done. Most of our black celebrities are just Zionists and under their control, and they ain't gonna do nothing real. They got all the goddamn.
And this is why people always say, when we talk about reparations or apply it in America, they say there's so many black millionaires. Why don't you help your own people? It's because the way they get that money, they have to submit to the powers that be. Okay, the same powers that you thought was your friends. You know what I'm saying? And now they're showing their true colors to people. That's the only reason why I'll be grateful for Trump being in office, is that he's showing you what America is. Okay? And these colors, they play off of each other. Don't get them messed up. Polarity is just another facade. Somebody has to do the dirty work. Somebody has to good cop, bad cop.
Money in the world won't do nothing real because they sold out to another people already. If we being honest. And now you gotta tiptoe around this shit when we see most of these niggas is fake and sold out hoes. Behind the closed door, bending the fuck over. At some point in time, we gotta learn the lesson. At some point in time, we gotta learn the lesson. It's a sad fact that we continue to live in the same reality and the same cycle over and over, as if we don't have the lessons in front of us.
Don't know where you came from, don't know where you're going. And I find it ironic. As soon as you start talking that jazz about history or uniting or things like that, people be like, don't nobody want to hear that. You know why? Because majority of people haven't been righteous, ever. Majority of people have been followers of their own desires and or the dominant power that feeds them. Majority of people were not prophets.
Like we don't have hindsight that we are the generation that got all of the tools on the planet Earth. What the fuck we use them for? To blog at each other, to disrespect each other, to make stupid ass cartoons. I don't know. I'm starting to think that most of these niggas
talking to us. I never really watched too many of his situations, to be honest. I thought it might be a gimmick, but the way he talking now, I'm checking out his stuff, man.
Like when they say, it was only a few of us that actually like ran off the plantation that was like willing to kill the master. Like some of y'all niggas is really sympathizing and want to stay on the plantation. And it's like, man, anybody, listen, man, I grew up where there was like try to save all black people. I ain't known that. I'm only trying to save people who trying to save themselves.
Now that is what I have to get on, because I'm always just like me complaining about the Panthers, saying it's not just for black people, it's for all people. I got to get across to my mind that all black people don't want to leave the plantation. Some people are subservient. They're happy. They don't know what they would do without massa. They want sacrifice. They want to learn.
I don't care if you blood, family, ties. If you on some stupid shit and you can't listen, if I can't lead you, I don't want you around me. I don't need to lead you because of my ego. I'm just saying I got a better strategy. You need soldiers and generals and captains and lieutenants and You feel me? You need people that's go goddamn funded in the whole nine. Sometimes you get people that's born in the era and their failure represents your failure. Their success represents your success. It says nothing about them and everything about you. Everybody loved Malcolm X 50 years later. Everybody loved Martin Luther King 50 years later.
Years later. Yeah, they definitely wasn't with him when he was out there. You know what I'm saying? It definitely was taken towards the end of these brothers' demise to get any following, or even when a great artist passes away, the work is really appreciated. After the fact, no one else can do it. A lot of in European times they used to have architects from different countries and lands, Moors, and they used to take out their eyeballs so no one else could build such beautiful um, buildings, construction works, societal things.
But why wasn't they successful while they was alive? Why wasn't they protected while they was alive? If that's the case, why you let all of the leaders and the people die, and not one time in history was there a riot? We rioted because of Rodney King, an unknown black man get killed by the police, but
He said an unknown black man. Was he killed? He wasn't killed. He was beat though. But I think he put Rodney and Floyd together.
when people who stand on the front line for you die, what do they get? Parade, march. So why would you be willing to stand and die for people who ain't willing to kill, stand and die for you? I'm just saying.
I mean, isn't that what the Nation of Islam is supposed to be? You already got your people. You know what I'm saying? You got that. We knew about the nation for quite some time. You feel me? In the 60s, my grandfather, when he was at that time, he told me Elijah Muhammad, when he hit the community, it was like a whirlwind. That's what he said. And he said, if you like to get high, you liked white women and drinking, but you wanted to be pro-black, you went to the Dashiki Ungawa Black Power. If he was more militant and had wanted discipline and cleaning up, you'll go Nation of Islam. And that's just a fact. There was no in between. In between, I guess, would be the churchgoers that we have been for many generations within this country.
What's the lesson that we all learning right now? What's the lesson we all learning? It's a now or never window. We don't have another 10 years to wait, 5 years to wait. I was sitting with the president of the Black Farmers Association.
Yeah, it's over. It's over for trying to get allies and things like that. We really got to just go with the people that it's like a call and it's a signal. Certain people, it's not majority. All great spiritual groups have never been the majority. Um, like you said, everybody wasn't down to run away or kill Massa, or who else was getting in the way.
Was explaining, when it comes to growing these crops, you got like a 60-day window with some of them. If you don't do it within the 60-day window, then you miss out on certain crops because the time has came and it has went. And I'm like, y'all don't even understand when a time is fertile. You don't understand when we in a fertile time where it's like
when George Floyd, when they started putting more black commercials out, and even in Foreman Mills, it's a store, warehouse store on the East Coast. They have more black paintings, sculptures, more African. That was the time, if, whatever way George Floyd lived his life, but that still was the time that we could speak. And look what happened. BLM, LGBT,
if you don't do it now, you're going to have to wait a whole another 10, 20, 30 years. And we keep waiting on what? I don't give a fuck what you believe in. Ain't nobody coming to save you. And if that don't make you feel good, it is what it is. Ain't nobody coming to save you. It ain't happening. It's about self-assertion, because why would somebody come to save you when you ain't worthy of being saved? You don't save a man who goddamn sleeping and ain't trying to save himself. Why? Because you're going to be saving a sucker. You'll be saving a weak people. You'll be saving a person that ain't even worth your time.
Nah, my nigga, I know you're upset and you're dealing with a low vibration, even for yourself, but you can't say that. You can't say that at all. The Nation of Islam has literally built itself, priding itself on changing the triple state of deaf, dumb, and blind on black people in America, the wilderness of North America. Now, I understand we all get weak sometimes, my brother. You've been doing a great job. You're not going to get everybody. You're not. What James Brown said, he said, black power. Black power is green power. It just so happens, like you said, when we get that money, we won't do shit. You could literally probably buy the whole Haiti, turn that into a paradise, turn that to a black capital due to its history and its location.
I'm just on some separation from anybody that's weak.
That's literally what the Nation of Islam is. I don't know what you thought you was doing. I don't know if you thought you was going to unlock a lot of minds. And it's a thought that counts, and you probably have. I've heard a lot of people speak upon you when they speak to me, referring me to you. A lot of times it's women, but they are looking for a strong symbol like yourself. And us as brothers, we're looking to be strong and reflect that energy on ourselves.
And that weakness don't mean that you don't have vulnerabilities. It means that you don't have capacity to stand up for yourself. Yeah, this time, day, and age that we live in is tough. It's going to distract the hell out you. But that's only there to distract the weak. It's there to root out who's weak and who's strong. And I'm just saying, man, as a people that know we powerful as hell, why we keep allowing ourselves to be tricked in this bag, ran by everybody else, and allowing everybody else to just pimp us all day long. I'm tired of complaining online, all of that shit. I don't want to just do another event, another tour, man. When y'all can see my energy in real life, know that I'm standing on everything. But I ain't about to be another man in another generation. You feel me? Who died so people can throw them on a shirt or a chain. You know what I mean? And act like they stood for the same thing.
That's for you, and Hefe. Salam alaikum, my brother. Dealing with that devil.
When you live in complete opposition of what they thought.
These are websites that feel illegal to know. Sintra has just released the world's first AI employees who can
what they taught and what they believed.
Speaking of AI employees, he just was talking about the feudal digital system.
I see why, I was looking at the life of W.E.B. Du Bois, man. He went from a stark integrationalist to a separatist Pan-African who moved to Liberia.
I did not know that about W.E.B. Du Bois. Because he definitely was trying to say, I'm French. And then that was the topics in school, to assimilate or to get trade jobs.
We're trying to integrate black people and white people together to getting away from both of them.
That laugh came from pain. That was a painful laugh right there. He holding his akal.
I said, man, I think I understand, though. You know what I'm saying? Because at a certain point in time, it's going to start making you feel crazy when you giving people the keys and they prefer to be locked up. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, I'm getting both these niggas crazy, these crackers crazy. I'm out of here. I was in Virginia. Y'all gonna see the episode. We went to the projects in Virginia.
I wonder what project they went to in Virginia. Was it Norfolk, Portsmouth, Richmond? It's not too many areas and projects, but I got family out there.
These niggas got guns and switches out. And bro telling me, say, yeah, at 6 o'clock, you can't come down these streets. Then we go to a sundown town. We see a goddamn Confederate flag. And they say, yeah, man, when the sun go down, black people can't be out here. I said, damn.
That's crazy right there. That's crazy. Gangbangers don't like black people, man. And to keep upholding that ignorance, that stigmatism that you have from your youth, because what happened, what you've been through, what you were forced to do and coerced by grown men, and still saying, I'm going to be where I'm from, but we need to be together. No, all that shit needs to die. You are not with you're not with the friction.
So you telling me the motherfucking hood ain't safe for a black man, and y'all think that shit is normal? When y'all just became the fucking Klan, worse than the Klan, because you look like me, so you worse. You worse. Don't give me that police shit. You worse. You'll kill me just because I'm a black man walking down your street.
They do say, oh, the gangs that were made to protect the neighborhoods from police. Bro, I'm gonna say this again, and I'm gonna keep on saying it. Go on Cav Mac videos and talk to some of these OGs. They have just been passed within the last 5 to 7 years, but check out those videos. Okay, the first revolutionary part of that I've heard was with Melvin Farmer, the originator of A Trade Gangster Crips. And he said there was kids, man, they was getting locked up and shit, and there was hooligans. They didn't know nothing about no Panther. Well, they knew about Panthers, but that was long gone. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know about no BGF. It wasn't really into that. They was just into cripping. There wasn't no community revolution in progress. Then none of them OGs say that. First, it says the generation that made the Crips. Then it says the generation that made cripping. Then it says the generation that made gang banging, which is the firearms and things like that. And none of these interviews will I hear them talking about them protecting their community. They was terrorists to their communities. Okay? Straight up terrorists to their communities. And they were saying that a lot of the Bloods were becoming more revolutionized and things like that because the Crips already had their own stilo, and a lot of the BGF members didn't like the Crips because they weren't on that revolutionary agenda. There was street hooligans, and Bloods came after that, as an opposition of different gangs that formed an alliance.
Street. That's the same thing them crackers did to our elders. Same thing them crackers did to our ancestors. And the streets became the new sundown towns. Y'all understand how fucked up that is? And you be mad at other people's racism? I'm talking about black people can't be racist. We gotta stop saying that shit because we the most racist people on the planet Earth. We the most racist people to ourselves. I know shit done happened to us, but it ain't no reason that you born in this time, in this day and age, and you still got an attitude where you just hate another black man because he look like you. And you willing to kill him. But not for him. Not for your people. But you got that willingness to kill, just not for anything that matters. Y'all think this is normal. What's the lesson? Because if we don't learn the lesson, our babies is doomed to repeat the same cycles. I know sometimes I feel like I was born in the wrong generation in the wrong time.
You are a griot, my brother. You hold the history, the knowledge, the keys for the next generation. Everyone ain't gonna be no griot. You just gotta keep doing what you've been doing, brother. Keep on keeping on because the fight never ends. It's literally what life is about. Commend the good and you shun the evil. If you can't change things with your mouth, you can't change things with your feet. You gotta change them with your hands. You know what's up. I understand, or I really do. Honestly, it take years later. Even some of my homeboys, when I was in a so-called set and whatnot, I still was telling them about getting jobs. I was telling them about trying to get their children. I was telling them different places that they can live and survive. All that shit went over their head to about 10 years later. I'm the one that's in the streets more. I'm the one that's giving up. And they got jobs. They got situations. They telling me thank me. You know what I mean? You won't see it now, but it'll be there, man. Like you said, everybody ain't love Malcolm. when he was doing his thing. People thought he was crazy. Black people thought he was crazy.
The men don't want to listen. The women don't want to listen. So the only thing you can do is find your goddamn tribe. Otherwise, you go feel insane in this world. You go feel insane.
That's a fact. Gotta find your tribe, talk to these peoples, see what's going on. But then again, you also can't be upset that everyone doesn't have the same viewpoint. Um, because name one empire where everyone did, without having capital punishment of thinking otherwise than the dominant society.
Find people that y'all think alike, and everybody else, let them go. Either they want to follow the tribe, you understand me? Let them burn in Babylon. Everybody ain't meant to live. Everybody ain't meant to grow, because I can tell you one thing. Those people against you, they united. So I don't give a fuck about.
That's a fact. It's like almost the whole world united against us. And I say that because the whole world comes to America to better themselves and their families. And stepping on us is a part of that.
Your differences. I don't care whether you go to the mosque, whether you go to the church, whether you Sunni, whether you think the nation ain't real Muslims. I don't care whether you think we Hebrew, Israelite, chosen people. None of that shit matter if you ain't got no power. You have no ability to enforce anything, no ability to feed yourself, to protect your women, to clothe, to set the rules, the standards, the laws, the algorithms.
Maybe you should put up more what the Nation of Islam is doing for black people. Because for some reason, you got a reputation of only harming black people. Maybe you should put out the stats of what you're doing and have your own agents to put out the positive information from the social media. Once you put out your school videos and the farms that you guys do have, put more of that out.
All of that shit we believe in ain't got no power, no magic in it.
And also, if the most people, all these millionaires have been co-opted for Zionism, then what the fuck is Farrakhan? And what is his job? That nigga definitely got millions. Respectfully.
If we ain't got no goddamn actual power, we can't even greenlight our own films, and we be happy just to get one. Just to get a fucking show us some representation. Nigga, we so past representation.
Ain't you so past about all that and doing for self? Where's the Nation of Islam movies? I know y'all got some brilliant minds there.
Happy a motherfucking Ralph Lauren showing black culture. Oh, he's showing us in a good light. You happy-go-lucky, pat on the back suckers. And y'all think I'm crazy for this? Oh, Keys beyond one. Why you gonna say this? This is hating. Why you gonna say that? No, this is being real. Only person I'm hating on is Satan. That's a nigga y'all collaborating with. Niggas be buying niggas wholesale. Be buying y'all wholesale. Buying y'all wholesale. Then I look crazy. Man, I sent a message to Nori the other day because he had posted these are the only 3 podcasts that matter. I had to send him a message like,
did you buy something wholesale when Farrakhan is allowed to go to Hajj, but Shia Muslims are not allowed? Ahmadi Muslims are not allowed. And they have different doctrines, and you definitely have different doctrines, which is proven to be lies. Mythology, your story, then you say, oh, what's a mythology? Your belief system.
you know you crazy for that. In no context in the world, in no history in the world that you can say that these are the only things that matter. Because then you got to check yourself on what actually matters to you, because you ain't having no high-level conversations. Then it's like, do we go along to get along? Nah. Fuck that. I'd rather not know none of you niggas. The fake stand with you, like everything cool when we stand for complete opposite and separate things, and everything that you do is against what I'm doing.
I mean, isn't that literally what the 85% and the 10% are? And nigga, don't you be on here selling like $100 diamond encrusted kufis? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you got you a nice little bag. You feel me? Is there a new nation of Islam? You feel me? Because everybody that left the nation became sociopathic tyrants aside from Malcolm. And I would say Wallace, but he too, I could ask the same questions. What you done for black people? All this black talking. Now you complaining. You ain't did shit. Nation of Islam got so much money. And every time something go down, y'all be the first ones to tell all the gangs to not do nothing. What are you talking about? Ask your superiors about that. San Diego, Skyline Park, Piru, West Coast Cribs, even Brims, things like that. They were getting information from the nation. You told us not to do anything. It's not the only time something happened in California, and y'all tell the hood to chill. Are you compromised Zionists?
I'd rather stand alone if I got a goddamn bend over.
Stand alone then, brother. Because you saying all this like the nation done saved us. Nigga, where the shit make a project building in the middle of one of them plain states. Y'all got so much y'all got agriculture, y'all got a lot of property lands, y'all got mansions that's not even being filled to its highest capacity, and you got babies being born into fentanyl puddles. You gotta watch these people. These brothers be devils too now. He might got a passion, but he still got a little agenda something going on. Cause it's not adding up. What the fuck did Farrakhan have? What has Farrakhan done since becoming the minister? Million Man March? The fuck did that do?
And give up. Because I don't think we getting a lesson. I think we terrible learners. There's no, when I hit that Invest Fest stage, 19 City, listen, I'm not on no kumbaya shit. Even though I know we utilize the word kumbaya the wrong way when you go back and you trace what it really actually means, but I'm speaking on it in the context. I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on either we get free.
What is getting free? You need to be specific on what that means. Are you trying to make a new country outside, or is it the same Nation of Islam ideology that we have our own land within America? Have y'all done any paperwork or anything like that, or a mass land purchase, a buyout, or anything like that? What are you talking about? Now I'm starting to smell some bullshit.
Or we die. There's no other options. And I think everybody been acting like we got other options. Oh, let's try it this way. Let's try this. Oh, no, we just need to be these secrets. And none of that shit gonna work.
If you haven't exercised in years,
Going-
you have to start small with my beginner-friendly Tai Chi class.
I get it.
Nah, it ain't fucking. It's just, and the only reason I mention this publicly because I sent it
The only way to be free is to, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Only ourselves can free our mind. Ooh. People gotta say they self. That's an adoption of the nation. What is you talking about, brother?
privately, but he mentioned my name in a conversation, so now I'm gonna speak on it. I don't stand for what everybody stand for. Never going to. Some things I'd rather just die for. I plan on living a long life, but if Allah allow, you know what I mean? If Allah allows, so it's not up to me, it's up to him. I just see things that other people obviously see but don't care about and they choose to ignore. And I can't ignore that most of our culture is sold out and we still holding hands like they are brothers.
That literally was the doctrine from the 1960s. How was the nation's acceptance rates? And when you procreate in the nation, are the children naturally in the nation?
Y'all keep asking what happened. Y'all don't look at the state of the world. what didn't happen. You don't look at the state of the world. You don't wake up sometime in the morning angry at the world. You ain't dissatisfied. I was taught 100% dissatisfaction brings about a change. You don't look at the state of the world. You think because you sitting at home watching your Netflix and you feel comfortable at that moment, that ain't nothing happening. They're making decisions that will affect you, your grandchildren, your great grandchildren for the rest of eternity.
That is a fact. That is a fact. And the devil does run the society on this globe. That is definitely a fact.
And we just don't go about our days. I happen to be born with a heart that's strong, that cares deeply. I don't want to hear, I'm following you. That's fine. You meet me, tell me how you taking action. Tell me how you supporting. Anything else, I'm done with.
Can you tell us what changes you making? I see some brothers in the gangs are causing people to come together in Chicago. What's his name? Golden Child. You know what I'm saying? That's a positive thing. Um, I know everybody has their point of weakness, and it ain't easy. You know, it's way easy to be greasy. You gotta be cut and dry.
I just don't care who's watching, who's executing. That's it. Because we at that point where it ain't about just entertainment. It ain't even just about it ain't even just about the education, man. You just got to be a different type of man and woman in this day and age. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. At this point, I'm gonna tell you, I already told my team, like, we working with a few people this going into the next year. I ain't working with everybody because everybody don't see the vision, man. We've been doing this damn high level conversation thing, trying to shift the culture, teaching people about all the technologies, being correct about all of our uh, prophecies, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And tell about the AI, the tech, the social shifts, the micro, macro economic shifts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You also said that Elijah Muhammad is in a spaceship with Farad Muhammad, and they have special people called angels that are black people born at the age of 6. They're trained to fly the baby planes. Not saying it's impossible, but just saying, where the fuck your UFOs at, bruh? Was it supposed to be black people flying them things? Shit, why they ain't stop Tulsa?
like all the predictions have come true. And niggas trying to act like it ain't what it is. I know who I am. I see why niggas go crazy. Because this world is meant to destroy strong black men and only lift up those that they can control. I know the game. And we be moving like we got all the time in the world. We be going to places and everybody want to try to buy a ticket the day of. When we becoming planners, when we treat this shit the same way we treat entertainment, we don't treat our freedom like that. We don't treat our wealth like that.
Okay, so is freedom wealth to you? What is your freedom, brother? You gonna go to Liberia like Dubois?
We go take to some nothing ass rapper and not just a rapper, singer, entertainer, celebrity, everything. We are planning our whole life around supporting entertainment, but not our freedom. And then got the nerve to look our children.
It's about money. Okay, coming together now. You crying about money, my nigga? You sell some of them expensive ass kufis that I wanted to buy, son.
In the eye, knowing that we wasted all our time when we could have been building their lives up. They could have had something that they inherited. I don't listen.
You worried about people invested in you so you could build their life up so they could get the inheritance. Make that make sense, my nigga.
I said what I said. Ain't nobody said it's not just men. But when I'm saying this black man, I don't need y'all to correct shit. If I said what I said it. I ain't on no politically correct.
That is annoying. Every time you say something, express something, people always got to bring someone else into it. Like, I'm talking about my life, my situation, and the facts behind it. And nobody is put down as much as the black man. And everybody knows it.
Nothing. I gotta stop all of that. When a black man say something, he mean it. Either you get behind with it or you get out of it. But I ain't changing my words up or mincing nothing to fit whatever way you think I should or should not talk.
1 minute.
We the only people on this planet Earth they fear rising.
That's a fact. Because when everybody else rise up, they want to build the Disneyland and they shit. They want to build the New Vegas. Shout out to the Middle East. Y'all are terrible.
The only ones. If they know everybody else gonna be controlled. Take that, do what you will with. For those that got a heart like I got a heart, you want to have fun what we doing, contact me.
Hey, contact him if you want to fund what he's doing. I hope it is all in good faith. Sounds like he's just worried about money. You know, the Nation of Islam has been notorious hustlers. And, at least, Dr. Umar was putting, updates on the school or whatnot. But, it's a fight that we got to fight. Which I gonna be? Martin Luther King or Malcolm X? You heard?